Well, this Tim Ryan's third and final game as York's interim manager. David Webb will take over on Monday and watches from the stands today. This the 11, 3 changes to the side that began last week's defeat at Dorking. Sam Sanders and Ryan Fallowfield both miss out through injury. Manny Duku moves to the bench. In come Adam Crooks, Mitch Hancocks and Michael Duckworth. Wrexham also make 3 changes. Their last game, a 4-win win over Farnborough in the FA Cup. Jordan Davis suffered a knee injury in that game, and he's expected to be out for 3 months. McAlinden and Dolby both moved to the bench. In come James Jones, Anthony Ford and Ollie Palmer. Top scorer Paul Mullin has 7 goals in his last 5 games. Discontent and anger has been growing among their supporters, how they need a good performance today. The tests don't get any greater in the National League right now. Wrexham top of the pile. No team has won more National League games this season than the side from Wales. York seemingly in a state of flux off the pitch. Will change a bit with the new managerial appointment. They're looking to make a fast start here. Of course, a lot of the pre-match focus on the threat that Wrexham offer from set pieces as Crooks flicked it on, and it was well gathered in by Mark Howard. Launch forward here towards Mullin. End their time in the National League to get them back into the Football League. So many have tried and failed. Mullin. Mullin's cross was a good one. It was Elliot Lee who was in the box. They'll keep it going. McFadzean with the cross.
Well, it's a ball that's worked really well for them in the first period of this game so far for Wrexham. Just a ball down the channel, and it's been held up time and time again. I think it's just a little bit too easy there for Mullin to get the cross in. I think Elliot will be slightly disappointed with the chance there that's been given towards him. Gets the run, he gets the space, but has to certainly be testing the goalkeeper.
Alex Whittle got it clear up towards John Lewis. And worked this really nicely. Mullin's waiting, and here he is! The type of chance that he normally gobbles up.
I think the shake of the head says it all, really. Knowing a player of his quality, knows that he should certainly be doing better with that chance. It's a real area that York have really struggled to stop crosses coming into the box. It's probably the 3rd occasion now that Wrexham have managed to get a free head up. Thinking by his standards, Adams would be disappointed missing the target from that.
Into the feet here of Palmer. McFadzean gets involved as well. Tunnicliffe is one of those forward. Mullin's up there too. And it was a shot by James Jones. So we've just passed the quarter-of-an-hour mark in York.
Yeah, good play there from Ollie Palmer. Just that forward ball into him. McFadzean coming in off the line. That little through ball to Jones. It's Mafuta in the end that gets the final touch to take that one away from goal.
They must defend a set piece here. Over towards Crooks it went. Jones got it clear, and Crooks was there again. Mafuta was beaten in the air, and Pybus won it. John Lewis hit it on the turn. Decent effort.
Well, first chance for the captain. He's had to be patient to wait that opportunity. It's a half chance more than anything. Referee, I think, plays a decent advantage there on the edge of the box. Toes are getting tight, just gets spun nicely. It's a good attempt there from now John Lewis. We know how important he is, but I think he's due a home goal, isn't he?
Well, he's by far York's top scorer in the National League. Will he be worked here, Ethan Ross? Every likelihood. Ford's there. He took it, and it was well saved by Ross, who scrambled across his line really well.
That's a good free kick there from Ford, because he didn't really necessarily use power, he used more precision to get it up and over the wall. Not easy for the goalkeeper as well, with the sun gleaming in his eyes. That's a good high, but I'd say it's a good save as well.
McFadzean. Mullin. Lee. Mullin. Are they building up to something here, Wrexham? Mullin looked to try and bend one. How will Tim Ryan feel, Adam, ahead of half-time?
I think he'll be pleased. I think they weathered the storm in the first 15 minutes. I think that the fact that Ethan Ross hasn't really made a particular save that's almost kept them in the game. They've kept arguably the best side in the National League to a goalless draw at half-time, considering the difficulties they've had recently. I think he'll be fairly pleased.
Yeah, just seeing Phil Parkinson there, I'm quite sure that word will have got through to him and his Wrexham players that Notts County are winning quite convincingly now at Scunthorpe. Just adds maybe further onus here on these Wrexham players in this second half to make sure there aren't more drop points from them on the road in this title race. They've got an early free kick here as well. Make a real fast start to the second half here, the title challengers. Ford looks the favourite. I'd be disappointed with that.
The balance of the side now, the players that he's brought in, just seems a much more settled squad and side now that he's got to use.
Lee, he's got Mullin up with him, and he just didn't get the contact required.
A good little link-up play. And he driving forward there. It's always going to be a difficult chance. And Adam Crook's coming across him there to make the challenge that maybe put the number 10 off a little bit.
Luke Young, the captain, will take this for Wrexham. You've got plenty forwards. John Lewis, for once, was beaten in the air. Fords, plenty have stayed in there for Wrexham, including Hayden, and Tozer's in there as well. Good goalkeeping, though, from Ross, who was alert.
Yeah, he just did enough, didn't he? Just thought for a split second. He just hesitated coming off his line. So many goals to score from second phases of play after defending the set play. Just Hayden with the important header back into the area.
Mendy is going to be brought on, and it's McFadzean who will make way. Pybus, John Lewis, Dyson, nice move this. Dyson just couldn't make the room for the shot.
Just use your left foot there, don't try and come back in on your right.
Pybus. Crossing there towards John Lewis. Wow, that's the sort of chance he's been waiting the whole game for, really.
Well, he's done so much in and around the field, and the majority of his work's been outside the 18-yard box, but the first chance he's really had that he's had to be patient for. Pybus there with a brilliant ball in there. Just gets that little run on Tozer, just pulling off him. Talk about Mullin's chance in the first half with his head. John Lewis will be disappointed again that he didn't take that chance.
So Tunnicliffe has been taken off by Phil Parkinson. O'Connor has come on to replace him.
He's got something to build on. He'll know here he's got a decent group of players that he can certainly work with.
I'd argue on paper it's a squad that should be finishing the season in the playoff places, personally, at least very close to it anyway. Dyson and Burgess, and Dyson is a great chance, and they've got players arriving in the middle, and it's deflected and behind for a corner. Well, the new man thought that his sides were going to go in front there. I think it's O'Connor who's got the touch on that.
Well, I thought that was a goal. I mean, just overcooking it at the back there, Hayden, for his experience. Stays on side well. This time he uses the left foot to cut it back. And he thought it was in.
There comes another change here by Wrexham. It's Sam Dolby who's coming on. It's Jones who'll make way, so a centre forward coming on for a midfielder.
By putting it back into the box.
All the hard work that York have done defensively, they've been so switched on and concentrated in these sort of situations. Can they keep it going here as Young plays it into the box? John Lewis got his head to it, and the acrobatics, it's in! Tom O'Connor with the overhead kick! And the league leaders Lewis might just have found a way to win this.
Well, talk about a spectacular goal from nowhere from Tom O'Connor. But I said just before that free kick came in that York had defended the first ball well. It's the second ball. They haven't won anywhere near enough. And finally, Wrexham have broken down this defence. It was a teasing ball in from the captain. They defend this first one well. But O'Connor is then not marked. It's unbelievable, spectacular. Talk about a technique of a goal there. Right in the corner. And Ross can't get there.
What a sickener for David Webb and York, though. That face says it all. Could get worse for them here. Cleared by Kerr. O'Connor. Dolby chases this. Seven minutes of added time. Mullin with the ball in towards Palmer.
And it's that second phase all the time that you win that first one and you switch off and you think the job's done. O'Connor had so much time and space, had a lot to do still. Don't take the finish away from him.
Midfielder off, centre forward on. Dooku replaces Dyson. 7 minutes of added time, we've had one of them. John Lewis, can York hit back here? Has Dooku up in support with him? Oh! What an impact! I think that's his first touch! Dooku off the bench to equalise for York. Inspired change by the interim manager, Tim Ryan. How about that? What a response from York. All square.
Unbelievable. Didn't see that one coming, I must admit. But John Lewis, he's been absolutely brilliant. Feeds it there. I don't know what the goalkeeper's doing. Whether the deflection was that much of an impact on the shot, I'm not sure. But for grit and determination and never giving up, they found themselves this equaliser.
Will this be the last chance? Young sends it in. And he's pulled it back cleverly. And Lee hit one. And still there's no final whistle. Mendy. Breathless end to this game. Tozer. And Tozer's done well. Goal kick. Into a 9th minute of added time we go. A check of the watch from the referee. And it is a point apiece. And that will feel good for Tim Ryan. His final game in temporary charge of York City will hand over the reins now to David Webb, who, as a result of that point of that performance, has a base to build on here.